Alright, I'm back. We got some foam brewers right here. Guess I should show you that side. Foam brewers. And this one, what's this one called? It's a double IPA coming in at 8%. And it's called Built to Spill. And you kind of got some crazy artwork there. Looks like we got kind of like a lazy hipster dude with his mind in the clouds. I don't know. Nice artwork, nice can. Again, with like this oversized chalice being the backdrop for the artwork. Cool stuff. I don't think they give us anything in terms of beer stats. So let's just crack this, give it a little sniff, give it a little taste, and we will get into this shave. Alright. It's looking pretty good there. Very fruity on the aroma there. Okay. This one definitely has some really sweet, ripe fruit character. It's probably some sort of tropical fruits. It's very juicy and sweet. Not a whole hell of a lot of bitterness, but it does have good fruit flavor, and I enjoy that. So, would I prefer a little bit more bitterness? Yes, definitely. But still tastes pretty good as is. Alright, let's get right into the shave today. We're going to be using Murphy & McNeil's Infinitus small batch soap today. And this one just so happens to be Rose Moon. And so Rose Moon is actually a fragrance dupe of Prada Luna Rosa. And so Rose Moon is a dupe of that. You can see right there, Murphy & McNeil, the Infinitus symbol, and then Rose Moon coming in at 4 ounces. And on the back, you can see it's in the Kodiak base, which is, of course, bear tallow soap base. It also has beef tallow, duck fat, amongst other things. But really good stuff. And today, we're going to do a face lather, which is something I do not do a lot of. So, we're doing a face lather today. There's the proof. I'm going to be using my Aloha shaving handle today, which was a gift from my buddy Ken over at Shave 326. Definitely check him out if you're looking for some cool brush handles. And then on top here we got a Lancaster Razorworks V2 Badger Knot. So that is what's on the docket for today. Let's go ahead and wet the face. I think I'm going to introduce some Mentholated Preshave just for the hell of it. I'm going to need all the help I can get because there's no doubt that I'm rusty when it comes to face lathering. I have pretty much phased out face lathering from my daily shaves, and so it's something that I haven't really done in a while. And the last time I did it, I was already rusty then, and it's been a while since that video, so definitely rusty. But we're gonna give it a go regardless. The Kodiak soap base is a great soap base, and this Mentholated Preshave here, I have the box kind of buried, so can't really show you the box at this moment, but it is a Stirling Mentholated Preshave soap bar. Really easy to apply. Just get the face wet, maybe dunk the end of the soap bar into the sink, and then just rub it across your stubble, preferably against the grain, so that some soap will apply to the face. And then all I do is I just get my fingers wet and kind of work it in a little bit so it's not so pasty. And when it gets into this sudsy state, it incorporates into the skin and into your lather. More importantly, it incorporates into your lather much easier when it's in this more sudsy state. And that's very nice This Mentholated Preshave is a very low-level menthol, so pretty much anybody at any level of menthol tolerance should be able to withstand this Stirling Soap Co. Mentholated Preshave. Alright, let's go ahead and dry the hands real quick. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the proto lather that's in the tub here. Just going to kind of scoop it, put it onto the top of the brush, kind of clean some of that out of there. And we'll clean the jar after the shave, but that way we're utilizing some of that. Just put it right to the skin right away. And let's get into it. I think what I'm going to do is paint it on nice and pasty and thick. I did a nice long load. Give myself all the chances in the world to succeed here. I loaded quite heavy because I wanted to make sure I definitely had enough product to get this shave going in a successful way. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the lather for the most part on my neck where I have the most real estate to work with, and then I'm gonna bring it up to the cheeks once it's pretty much dialed in, and I think that will work for me today. Let's go ahead and introduce a little bit of agitation after I painted in a few little bits of water. I could tell I was really pasty because I loaded heavy. And so, still very pasty at this point. So we'll just keep adding water and we will see what happens. You can definitely see a nice little shine where the water has been introduced. But we definitely need more. Definitely need more. It's been a while since I gave the neck and face a good scrub with a badger brush, and I will say I kind of miss it. Definitely miss it a little bit. Feels good to have that nice, gentle scrub. This Lancaster V2, it definitely has a little bit of scrub to it. It's pretty much non-gelled, so there's no artificial gelling going on with this one. So you definitely get some of that natural hair scrub, but it's not scritchy and scratchy. It's just a nice soft scrub, and I do think it feels pretty damn good. And so I can see there what I just painted onto the cheek. I can see that is still quite pasty, and I still got a ways to go. So it might look a little bit more developed and a little bit better on the neck. So it was quite awkward for me, like I said. Definitely rusty when it comes to the old face lathering. And what's weird about this is I almost feel like there's not enough product in the brush, and maybe that has something to do with my loading technique being off or something. I don't know. I loaded for about like 30-40 seconds. Wasn't an exact count, but it was definitely what seemed like a long time. Kind of a bummer when you when you think about it. I kind of realize that my face lathering skills are trash. This might end up being a little bit longer video. just not working out quite in the fashion that I thought it was gonna. Let me go ahead and kill the heater. The embarrassment of my face lathering has got me all hot and bothered. And this just doesn't look very impressive, does it? There's not, like, I feel like I added a shit ton of water. I feel like I had a lot of product on the face. But for whatever reason, it just doesn't look like the leather has built up into much. Kind of weird. That squeegee released a little bit. Maybe it's just trapped in there. I don't know. Released a little bit. Alright. Well, I think we're just going to have to call it as is. Get this shave on the road. And then perhaps we'll do some more face shaves in upcoming videos. Not face shaves, face lathers. Perhaps we'll do some more face lathers in upcoming videos, just to kind of get the face lather technique up to a more respectable level where I'm not so damn embarrassed about my face lathering skills. So, today we're going to be using the Blackland Vector Artist Club Single Edge Razor in stainless steel. And we're going to be using the Feather Professional Super Blades, which this will actually be the first time that I use the Feather Professional Super. And so there's a look at the injector cartridge right there. And let's get the shave on the road. Another thing I realized while I was... Sorry about the sirens. I don't know if you can hear them, but it's coming across on my end. Hear the sirens in the background. Another thing I realized as I was face lathering there and giving the brush some agitation was I was a little bit fatigued. I was a little bit fatigued with the agitation part in my arm. There's definitely some muscle memory there that I have lost. Alright. So far so good. The soap is super slick, and so there's no issues there. And it must be hydrated enough because it is rinsing out quite easily. So no problems there. Just seemed like there wasn't a whole hell of a lot of lather considering the amount of load I did and the amount of agitation I gave it. Kind of felt like there would be a little bit more volume. But perhaps not. Maybe it's something to do with my face lathering technique. The Vector with the Feather Professional Super is feeling pretty good today. The Super, I do take note that on this first use with the fresh blade, it's feeling quite sharp, like not uncomfortable. It just kind of feels like sticky sharp. Kind of like some of my more sharp straight razors, where you could just kind of feel it, like that blade feels kind of scary, but in a good way. All right. So yeah, on that first pass, everything went pretty well. Let's go ahead and put some moisture back on the face. That mentholated Preshave is keeping a nice low-level tingle apparent to me, so that's very nice and enjoyable. I always like having a little bit of menthol incorporated onto the face when I can. Definitely looks like my beard might have been soaking in some of that lather too, because I definitely redistributed a lot of lather onto the face just from what my beard had alone. Alright, let's go ahead and rinse the hands one more time. And I'm going to take a little sip during halftime here. Real good stuff. That's what I squeegeed off of the neck before I got started, so we'll just distribute that right back in. And this stuff smells fucking great. I don't know if you guys have smelt Prada's Luna Rosa scent, but this stuff is definitely one for the fresh boys. Smells absolutely wonderful. I wish this was available on a more wide scale offering so that other people could get their hands on it, because the Infinitus drops are real cool when it comes to trying out different fragrances on a small batch scale and just kind of testing the waters to see if something is going to be popular or not, or perhaps the offering would end up being a little bit more expensive, so you want to just do a small run of it instead of a large run. Any sort of number of things the Infinitus small batch offerings are good for. But what it does kind of suck is when you have an absolute banger like Prada Luna Rosa, or any of the flankers for that matter, and they're not they're not available for the public. Like if you watch this video today, you're not going to be able to just go out and go get it. You're going to have to look for it like on resale markets on the internet because it's not available. So that it's a little bit of a bummer. But the small batch drops are good for some things, but other things, it's kind of a bummer. Alright, so this second pass looks a little bit thinner. Not that I really need a huge Santa Claus beard lather, but it definitely looks a little bit thinner than I'm used to. And I'm not disappointed in the soap base. I'm disappointed in my face lathering skills. But still got all the slickness and technique that I need to get off a good shave. Just not a lathering performance that I'm particularly proud of. And for me, there's really no reason for me to face lather. It's no longer my preferred style. I do get some enjoyment out of the scrubbing of the brush on the face, but I could honestly do that when I'm applying the lather. Even if I decided to bowl lather instead, I could still give myself a little scrub, and I would still get that same enjoyment. So there's really no compelling argument for me to face lather, but I do want to at least be able to get the job done in case I'm in a pinch or I'm in a situation where I have a brush and razor and a soap, but I don't have a bowl handy. Still want to be able to get off a nice face lather and still have that top-notch experience with or without the shave bowl. I want to have my skills
my face lathering skills up to a certain level where the bowl is just a tool that adds a little bit of luxury to the experience and not so much a crutch that I depend on. Alright, this shave is coming to a close. And that really was quite an enjoyable shave. I mean, the Vector is one of my, well, it is my favorite single edge Artist Club razor. You gotta specify Artist Club because it's not my favorite single edge razor. That would be the whole Schick injector genre would be more enjoyable than the Blackland Vector for me. But the Blackland Vector is a fucking awesome Artist Club razor. And those Feather Professional Super Blades, they felt real nice. That was a pretty damn good pairing, in my opinion. The Super Blades with the Blackland Vector, especially on that first use. That's a BBS damn fine shave. Let's go ahead and try to get this lather off the face, get it nice and rinsed off. And then we'll get into some post-shave and I'll let you guys go. I'm just kind of introducing a ton of water because I know that a lot of soap got in the beard. And the more watered down I make it, the easier it will rinse off. So we got the Lancaster purple here. Purple black sheep towel. Go ahead and get the majority of this lather off anyways. I'll do the rest of the cleanup off cam. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I pretty much spent my whole Sunday recovering and just being lazy from the coffee beer festival that I went to on Saturday. It was kind of a lazy day for me. I did run one errand that I had to go into town for, but other than that, it was quite a lazy day for me. Just relaxing and recovering and kind of doing a little bit around the house. Alright. Okay. We got the majority of the lather out of the beard anyways. I'm going to hit it with this matching aftershave splash. I wrote that on the side on a piece of see-through tape. And then there's a look at the ingredients. I kind of wish this one was a mentholated aftershave, but it's not. But it is a very enjoyable alcohol aftershave splash. And has a nice industry standard restrictor on it. And this restrictor restricts quite well. So do not be afraid to give it a nice vigorous shake when you're pouring out some product. I think I'm going to get just a little bit more for the neck. And then I'll let you guys go. Sorry for this video going a little bit longer than normal. I know I've done that twice this week alone. So I really need to start getting these shaves on the road. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Hope you had a good weekend. And hope you have a good rest of your week. Cheers. And I'll see you on the next one.